horseback riding. So, and they were like, okay. So he takes the daughter horseback riding, and what he does is he starts telling her that there's all these alien abductions going on, and we got to be careful for aliens. She's 12 years old. So he's setting her up. So what he does, he drugs her. She wakes up. She's strapped to a table. He's got a speaker with alien voices coming out, and the alien, and she wakes up. She doesn't know where she's at. She's like, oh my God. And this alien voice says that she is responsible for saving the earth. She has to marry that dude.
Oh my God.
She has to marry the dude. In the alien voice, you have to marry Bob, and you have to have this, but you can't tell nobody.
What kind of drugs?
I don't know. And then she passes out again, and she wakes up, and she's not strapped. She's looking around the trailer, and she sees the guy. He's pretending he's all fucked up, and she's like waking him up, and he's like, has fake blood on him or whatever. And then he wakes up, and then she tells him, we've been abducted by aliens, and I need to have your child.
Oh my God.
He tricked her. So from the age of 12 to 16, he owned her, dude. They end up catching him with the girl like a week later. FBI gets involved, and the girl can't tell anybody or everyone dies. So she's obsessed. Now she's back with her family. The guy's in jail for like a day because you know what he does? He has his lawyers send letters to the mother and father saying to make him sign like that it was consensual.
What?
He threatened to blackmail. So they signed it and let him out. They signed and they let him out. And then he goes to like the next state over. But that chick, she's 12, 13, 14, and she's obsessed with him. She has to save the world. So that's an example of, and then it turns out that I think the guy was CIA probably, and he knew those techniques. That's how they get people. They fill him up, say there's all these alien abductions, get them all scared, and then boom, when they do it, they believe it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so that's just MK Ultra shit, dude. She got MK Ultra.
I guarantee they did that to people who are like political enemies.
Fuck
I guarantee you. Why wouldn't they do that?
It's easy.
Huh.
It's easy.
It just seems like something they would do too. Just seems like it makes sense.
And then Bill Cooper said that the mutilated cattle thing that people were saying, oh, UFOs are taking them because the organs were taken out so surgically that we don't have the But what Bill Cooper, he got balls deep into that. He started getting into breaking down what's really happening with UFOs. He's going, oh shit. The government is pretending to cover it up. They want to push it. They want people to believe in aliens.
So what do you think that the cattle mutilations were? You think they were testing weapons on these cattle?
Bill Cooper said it was really simple. All the cattle were found by military bases, and what they do is they're constantly checking radiation levels around bases constantly. So what they do is if there's cows, they'll routinely take a cow, take out its rectum, take out like certain organs surgically, and then they dump them just to scare people. Just let them. It'll kill two birds with one stone. They really needed to get some radiation tests, but it's always good. It's always good to push UFOs. Yeah. It's always good to scare people with aliens.
I wonder if those cattle abductions, if they coincided with areas where there was like some sort of toxic dump. You know, there's something like ammunition dump or something like that. Like anything where some kind of like, do they have more of them around Nevada where they did all those nuclear tests?
I'm not sure, but the gist of what Bill Cooper said was they were all found near military bases, and he once he looked into it, he's like, oh, I know what they're doing. They're checking radiation levels, and they're scaring people at the same time.
That makes sense because it was surgically removed, right? Like people can do that. Like why would that eliminate the possibility that people could do it? Of course people could do it.
But people are like, dude, only aliens could do that.
And then they take it and then they move it to another place so that the blood is not in the spot where they find the animal. Yeah. That's all it is.
Dude, I'm a crazy...
That's how they catch poachers, you know? Do you know that?
How?
They catch poachers that way sometimes. They find out where the gut pile is. It's like, say if you didn't really have a tag to shoot a deer and then you shot a deer in another place where you're not supposed to be, but you have a tag at a different place, because there's some places where it's easier to get tags, you just take the deer out of the forbidden place, take a picture of it or something like that, and then go back home. Well, they busted people because they, like, park rangers recognize certain mountain peaks. And they're like, no, you weren't there. I know exactly where you were when you killed this deer. You were at a different place. And then they go to that different place, and they look at the picture, and they try to coordinate, and then they find the gut pile, and then they convict people of poaching. That's happened before. They look at the photos. Yeah.
So that's what Bill Cooper
that
believes.
makes sense that they would do that.
Yeah.
That they would because when you if you think you took that animal and killed it and cut it and left this big bloody pot and then put it in a truck and then dragged it 10 miles away and dropped it off there, people be like, this is crazy. There's no blood at the scene of the crime. All the blood's missing. It's been surgically removed. Like, no one can do this. This is impossible.
It's aliens.
There's literally no blood on the ground. Yeah, because they put it there, you fuck. You fuckwit. You think aliens came this far to fuck with cows? Imagine if we went all the way up to like Neptune and shoot gophers. We're just going to go up there and fuck up your gophers. Go to your Neptune, gopher